Picture this. Someone rolls their eyes at you, leaves your message on read, talks over you in front of people you respect. Your chest tightens. Your mind starts writing a whole script. You replay the moment again and again, crafting what you should have said. One small moment, and suddenly your whole inner world is hijacked. Now imagine the opposite. The eye roll happens. The comment lands. The message never gets answered. You notice the sting. You feel the first rise of heat in your body, but your center doesn't move. You see their behavior. You see your reaction. And instead of being dragged into it, you remain steady. You still care. You're not numb. But your peace is no longer something anyone can easily touch. That version of you is not a fantasy. It's a skill, a discipline, a way of moving through the world that the Stoics practiced thousands of years ago, and that modern psychology is quietly proving right now. Most people never learn it. They live like exposed nerves. A tone of voice decides their day. A stranger's opinion decides their mood. Someone else's storm becomes their weather. Tonight, we're doing something different. Tonight, we're going to rebuild where your real power actually lives. Not in getting everyone to treat you right. Not in winning every argument. Not in finally finding people who never trigger you. But in something deeper, quieter, much harder to shake. Your inner authority. By the end of this, you'll know 3 things. Why certain people and moments hook you so deeply. How to step out of the old script that has been controlling your reactions. How to train yourself to stay calm in chaos without becoming cold or disconnected. Stay with me, because once you see what's really happening under the surface, being unbothered stops being an aesthetic. It becomes your default. Let's start with a hard shift. It was never really about them. Not the rude coworker, not the distant partner, not the stranger in the comments. Their behavior is real. It can be unfair, immature, even cruel. But the intensity of what you feel doesn't come from their actions alone. It comes from what those actions wake up in you. Old memories, old beliefs, old fears you didn't realize were still breathing. Someone ignores you today. The pain feels fresh, but underneath it echoes every time you felt unseen as a child. Someone criticizes your work. It feels unbearable. But beneath the moment, there's a quiet belief whispering, if I'm not perfect, I'm not worth anything. On the surface, it looks like you're angry at them. Inside, what's really flaring up is your identity, who you think you have to be in order to feel safe. Carl Jung warned that what we don't bring into awareness will run our lives, and we'll call it fate. Most of us are living that line out without realizing it. We don't see our old wounds. We just see disrespect. We don't see our hidden expectations. We just see betrayal. We don't see our fragile self-image. We just see offense. So we keep saying, they made me feel this way. They ruined my day. They broke me. But read this slowly. No one can fully control your inner world without your participation. Your emotions are not buttons that other people get to press at will. They're responses, and responses can be understood, trained, and eventually chosen. That's where Stoicism walks in. The Stoics had a brutal kind of clarity. There are only two categories of things in life: what you can control and what you cannot. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, your focus, those are yours. Their tone, their opinions, their moods, their loyalty, those are not. Most people live as if it's the other way around. They obsess over the external. They neglect the internal. They try to rearrange other people instead of mastering their own state. So their calm is fragile. It belongs to whoever they're interacting with. It belongs to whoever texted them last. It belongs to the next driver on the road. When that's how you live, you will always feel like life is happening to you. The Stoic path flips that. It doesn't promise a gentle world. It gives you a spine strong enough for a harsh one, not so that you can dominate, so that you can remain kind, clear, and grounded, even when no one else is. That starts with a simple, uncomfortable question. When I get triggered, what story about myself just got hit? Take a moment and think of a recent situation that shook you. Maybe someone talked down to you. Maybe a friend didn't show up. Maybe you saw something online that felt like a jab. Pause the story right there. Now, underneath the surface event, what did it seem to mean about you? I'm not important. I'm not respected. I'm not chosen. I'm always the one taken for granted. That quiet sentence. That's the real source of pain. The situation was just the match. The story was the gasoline. And the story didn't start today. It's been sitting in you for years. This is why two people can go through the same slight and have completely different reactions. One shrugs and moves on. The other loses sleep over it. The insult didn't change. The comment didn't grow sharper in midair. The difference is what it collided with inside. If you don't see that you will keep crafting villains out of everyone who bumps into your wounds, you'll keep rearranging your life to avoid triggers instead of learning from them. But if you do see it, you take the pen back. You move from, "they made me feel," to "something in me reacted." That tiny shift in language is not cute self-help. It's a doorway to power, because you can't change other people at will. You can change the story you attach to their actions. Here's the next layer. You are not just reacting from wounds. You're also reacting from a contract you never realized you signed. An identity contract. It sounds like this. If I'm kind, people must treat me gently. If I work hard, everyone should respect me. If I love fully, they should never leave. If I do everything right, life should be fair to me. No one actually promised you these things, but your mind quietly did. So when reality doesn't match the contract, it doesn't just hurt. It feels wrong. Like the universe is malfunctioning. You say, "I can't believe they did that." But what you really mean is, "I can't believe they broke the rule I built my world on." The Stoics had very little patience for those hidden rules. They didn't preach pessimism. They practiced realism. People will be selfish sometimes. People will be careless. People will forget you. people will fail to meet the standard you hold for yourself. You can still choose your standard. You can still keep your heart open. But the moment you demand that others live by your inner contract in order for you to feel okay, you've placed your peace in hands that were never steady to begin with. The alternative. You live by values, not demands. I will be honest because that's who I choose to be. Not because honesty guarantees anyone's loyalty. I will be kind because that's the kind of soul I want to have. Not because kindness guarantees I'll be treated with care. When your actions are no longer bargaining chips, you get your freedom back. You stop trying to cash in emotional receipts. You stop punishing people for not playing roles they never agreed to. You give from integrity, not from leverage. That doesn't mean you let everything slide. It means you stop being shocked when humans act like humans. You adjust your boundaries, not your worth. There's another part of this that hurts more than we like to admit. The person you think you are is often the one making you the most fragile. I'm the reliable one. I'm the strong one. I'm the smart one. I'm the one who doesn't get disrespected. On the surface, those identities sound positive. But look what happens when life touches them. The strong one has no space to be tired. The smart one collapses at criticism. The unshakable one crumbles in secret and calls it failure. When you build a rigid image of yourself, you will fight anyone who threatens it. Even if they're not attacking you, even if they're just being honest, your ego hears you made a mistake and translates it as you are a mistake. Your ego hears I disagree and turns it into you are being rejected. This is why humility is not weakness in Stoicism. It's armor. When you're allowed to be human, to be wrong sometimes, to change your mind, to still be learning, criticism doesn't break you. Disagreement doesn't define you. Misunderstanding doesn't require an emergency response. You don't have to sprint into every battlefield to protect your image, because your worth is no longer hanging on it. You are not the label. You are the awareness behind it. And that awareness doesn't crack when someone doesn't see you clearly. All of this sounds good in theory, but the real test is not in knowing it. It's in what happens in the moment. The text you didn't get, the tone that felt like a slap, the comment that made your chest burn. So, let's get practical. You're talking. Someone interrupts you. You feel that flash of heat in your body. There's a microsecond where your old script wants to jump in. Demand respect. Raise your voice. Withdraw and act like you don't care. Hit back harder. In that microsecond lies your entire freedom. The Austrian psychiatrist Viktor Frankl once said that between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space lies your choice and your growth. Most of us never enter that space. We move from stimulus straight to reaction. Trigger, explosion. No door, no pause, just habit. Stoic practice is about stretching that space, not to become robotic, to become conscious. Here's how. First tool, the sacred pause. When you feel yourself getting triggered, do nothing externally for just a breath. Don't argue. Don't explain. Don't send the long message. Don't slam the door. One inhale. One exhale. Inside that single breath, do 3 quiet things. Name what you feel. I feel anger. I feel shame. I feel dismissed. Separate it from who you are. Anger is moving through me. It is not the whole of me. Ask one question. What is this really touching in me? That simple internal shift moves you from actor to observer. The scene is still happening. The emotion is still strong. But now you're watching it, not being it. And once you're watching, you have options. You may still choose to speak. You may still choose to set a boundary. You may still choose to walk away. But you're no longer doing it from pure reflex. You're doing it from authorship. Second tool, mental rehearsal. The Stoics used to imagine the day ahead before it began. Not just the nice parts, the difficult ones. They would quietly say to themselves, "Today, someone will be rude. Someone will be ungrateful. Something will not go my way." This wasn't negative thinking, it was training. You can do the same. In the morning, take a minute and picture a coworker speaking sharply, a friend taking too long to respond, a stranger cutting you off in traffic. See it clearly, then see yourself clearly. Breathing, grounded, answering calmly or not at all. Your nervous system doesn't fully distinguish between imagined and real rehearsal. When you visualize yourself staying composed under pressure, you're wiring in a new pattern, so when the moment actually arrives, it's not the first time you've been there. Your mind says, "We've seen this. We know what to do." And what you do is simple. You don't hand them your piece. Third tool, let the ball drop. Imagine every insult, every jab, every passive-aggressive comment as a ball being thrown toward you. Most people catch everything. They inspect the ball. They hold it. They polish it with overthinking. They put it in a backpack labeled "things that ruined my day" and carry it around. You don't have to do that. You can let the ball hit the ground. You hear what they say. You feel a small sting. And then, in your mind, you literally watch it fall behind you. You don't swing back. You don't chase it. You don't build a story around it. You remember. Their words are a reflection of their state. They are not an automatic verdict on your worth. This isn't about pretending you weren't hurt. It's about refusing to build your self-image out of cheap materials. Some opinions are not worth integrating. Some jabs are not worth catching. Let them drop. Fourth tool, observer mode. There will be days where the emotion is so loud that you feel swallowed by it. On those days, try this. Imagine you're watching a movie. The main character is you. You see your shoulders tense. You hear your thoughts racing. You notice the urge to fire back, but you are not inside them. You're one step out, quietly witnessing. From that vantage point, ask, if I truly cared about this person's long-term peace, how would I want them to respond right now? The answer is almost never. Explode. Send the 3 a.m. paragraph. Drag this argument out for hours. It's usually breathe. Say less. Protect your energy. Leave the space if you need to. Stepping into observer mode doesn't mean you tolerate everything. It means you choose from your highest self, not your most activated self. That is what Stoic strength actually looks like. Not stone-faced, not pretending to be above it all, soft on the inside, clear on the outside, rooted all the way through. Now for a twist. Everything that irritates you can either own you or train you. Every trigger is an invitation. Not to prove how tough you are, not to prove how unbothered you can act, but to see yourself more honestly. The person who talks over you shows you where you still doubt your voice. The friend who disappears reveals where you still think abandonment is proof of your lack of worth. The critic who mocks you exposes where you're still building identity out of achievements. You can use those moments to justify more walls. Or you can let them turn you inward. What belief did this expose? Is this belief really mine? Does it still serve the person I'm becoming? This doesn't excuse bad behavior. It doesn't mean you stay in unhealthy situations just to grow. You can honor the lesson and adjust the distance. You can become wiser and raise your standards. Compassion for others doesn't cancel boundaries. It just removes poison from your reactions. You start moving from, "How dare they?" to, "What is this showing me?" That shift is the beginning of emotional sovereignty. One more truth that hurts then heals. You will never feel completely free as long as you need everyone to understand you. There will always be people who misread your intentions, who tell their version of the story, who don't see the full picture and aren't willing to. There will be moments where you could defend yourself, where you could prove your side, where you could spend hours trying to correct the narrative. Sometimes wisdom is saying, "I know who I am. I know what I meant." If you choose to see me through your wound, that's your story to live with. Letting people be wrong about you is not surrender. It's leadership of your inner world. It says, "My peace is expensive. I no longer trade it for every misunderstanding." The Stoic goal is not to win every battle of perception. It's to live in such alignment with your values that your life itself becomes the answer. No speech required. No performance necessary. Just consistency. So, where does this leave you? Not as someone who never feels anger, sadness, or hurt. That's not the point. The goal is not to become a stone. The goal is to become a clear lake. The wind can touch the surface. The rain can fall. But the depth remains still. You start to live like this. You notice the trigger. You pause. You name what you feel. You ask what it's touching. You choose from awareness, not autopilot. You let some battles go. You walk away from some rooms. You stop rehearsing arguments in the shower. You understand that most people are bleeding in ways you cannot see. You understand that you have bled on others too. You become kinder without becoming softer in your boundaries. You become stronger without needing to look invincible. You don't wait for the world to settle down. You become the still point inside your own life. That's real power. Not the power to control everyone else. The power to remain yourself. Tonight, as you close your eyes, try this. Replay a moment that still bothers you. See the words. Feel the sting. Then breathe. Whisper to yourself. That was their behavior. This is my meaning. I can choose a new one. Maybe the meaning is I was unworthy. I was unprepared, and now I'm learning. They disrespected me. They showed me their capacity. I will adjust my distance. This broke me. This revealed where I'm still healing. You don't have to believe it fully yet. You just have to be willing to loosen your grip on the old story. Because the more you choose that quiet inner authorship, the less the world will be able to pull you into its storms. You will still feel the wind. You will still hear the thunder. But you will move through it like someone who knows I cannot always choose what happens. I can always choose who I am inside it. And that choice made again and again in small, unseen moments, that is how you become emotionally untouchable. Not by building higher walls, by building a deeper center. Your work doesn't end here. This is just one step inward. When you're ready, walk into the next moment of your life as if it were training, not punishment. Watch what rises. Choose who responds. And remember, you are not here to match the storm. You are here to master your calm.